Hi guys, and welcome to today's episode. It is part of my bikini prep series, and today we are talking about designing the perfect suit. So for this episode, I am gonna go over how to pick your suit color, how to pick your connectors, how to pick your suit cut, and all things about designing your first bikini competition suit. So stay tuned and Okay, so I have done so many different suit colors. I wanna do the entire rainbow. So I am gonna show you guys exactly what suit colors I have done. So right here, as you can see, my first ever show, I did hologram royal blue. Perfect color, very happy. Second show, I did hologram red. And third show, I did hologram teal. And fourth show, I ended with hologram emerald. So many factors that go into choosing your actual suit color. You have to think about skin tone. Are you going to be the same pasty white you are now on stage? No, obviously like your tan. Your tan is gonna be super dark orange brown, like the orangest, darkest brown you can ever be. So you have to remember some tanning companies and solutions are gonna be a little bit darker, a little bit more brown, a little bit more orange, maybe some green. Like it's just how your skin reacts to the skin color of the tan. Other things that could affect the color of your suit is your hair. So is your hair going to be like mine, like dark brunette? Are you gonna have black hair? Are you gonna be blonde? Are you gonna have highlights? Are you gonna have red hair? Are you gonna have colors in your hair? Those are all different factors that are going to go into what color that you choose. Obviously, I'm doing this from a brunette's perspective, but I can give you guys some tips if you have different colors. So I understand what you guys are going through. If this is your first prep and you're picking your first suit, it can be super stressful to pick a color because you don't want to pick the wrong one. I remember I literally like DM'd anyone and everyone was like, help me pick a suit color. I had Instagram polls, was like, help me pick a suit color. What suit color should I do? It took me like 3 months before I even ordered my first suit. So I am an Angel Competition Bikini Ambassador. So if you guys are thinking about ordering your suit, you should use my code Savana S and you'll get 10% off any deals, any suit, any posing suits that you buy, any robes, any accessories, and it also helps me out. So that is a discount code that you can do. I have only been with Angel Competition the entire time that I've competed. So I highly, highly recommend if you are going to go to a suit company that you go to Angel Competition Bikinis because they're the best around. Okay, so back about choosing your suit color. So as far as what you need to consider is like the tan, hair, and makeup, mostly those dark colors are gonna look best on all skin tones. You cannot go wrong if you are doing blue, teal, purple, and those colors are pretty much gonna look good on everyone. Red is hit or miss. So with red, you have to be really careful. So if you're gonna do red, you have to make sure that skin doesn't pull red. Lights can make your orange tan kind of look red. And you also wanna know what the backdrop of the show that you're going to looks like. So if you're going to a show and the background is gonna be blue, you probably would wanna stay away from blue because then you might blend in with the backdrop. Or if the background has lots of reds in it, you don't want to have red in your suit because it's distracting. You'd want to do like an opposite color. So like green would be perfect because they're contrasting colors. I think blue is for your first time show. You should probably go with blue, green. Save purple, and I have saved purple. I've never worn purple on stage because it's such a powerful color and I'm waiting for the perfect moment because I know that suit color is gonna look so good on with my green eyes and dark hair. So I'm saving purple. When you first start too, don't get so stressed out because obviously you can always change your suit color. You do not have to wear the same suit to every single show. Every single show I happen to never like repeat the same suit because that's just who I am. But you can actually wear the same suit as you are competing because competing in suits are really expensive. Bikinis typically are gonna range between like on the low ends, like $100 and on the high end up to $1,000. And I normally order somewhere in between. So my suits are like $500 to $600, somewhere around there, which I know you're probably like thinking that's so expensive, but Angel Competition Bikinis actually offers a payment plan. So if you are not able to purchase a bikini just like full out, just drop, you know, $500 on a bikini, but you really want the sparkly one, you can do a payment plan so you can like do month over month payments, which is super awesome, because sometimes I know financials, like it can be hard just to spend so much money that we already are spending in competing. And for your first couple of shows, like your body is not gonna look the best unless you're really training hard and you have a super great history background. Chances are it's probably gonna take you like a few years before you get to the national level. When you're going into a national show, you wanna bring your best, most expensive suit, top of the line, like pro quality. But when you're kind of at the amateur shows, dipping your feet in the water, don't feel the need to have to go out and get $1,000 suit and change your suit color every single show. It's just not worth it. Competing is expensive enough. If you just spend more time working on your physique, that's a lot more beneficial than spending extra money and you coming into show day not looking your best. So I would just really try to spend more time with your physique and you're like trying to get abs and lean than I would stressing about a suit color, because it's really not going to make that big of a difference in your placing. Sometimes it can be distracting. So you just want it to highlight your physique. You're gonna be really dark orange, right? So you just want to have a suit color that is just gonna pop on stage, right? Neons do not work really well on stage. It just kind of washes you out. Whites, no one wears white on stage. One, it's because we are literally like soaked in tanning and oil and lotion, and you're gonna destroy that suit color if you just like brush up on someone, you know, like you just brush by someone, you're gonna have an orange stain all over your suit, and the tan is so dark. So I would go with a dark color because you do get tanning on your bikini, okay? And don't wear nude. Obviously, you don't want to look naked on stage. No, don't. You can, but by all means, if you think you can pull it off, you can probably pull it off. I know there's some pros that can pull off any color. They could wear a trash bag on stage and make it work, but you're not a pro yet. You're probably an amateur, and this is probably your first time. So stick to the basics, okay? And then you gotta choose fabric. So if you're not exactly sure what fabric, you can actually go to angelcompetitionbikinis.com and they will send you free color swatches of the fabrics that they sell their bikinis in. That way that you can look on your skin what it's gonna look like. And I think that's really helpful for first-time competitors. It really helps me. I'd also recommend going with a hologram fabric instead of a sequined fabric. Every suit that I've ever done is a hologram fabric. It's just gives you more sparkle to it. So it's fabric that kind of has like a mirrored little textured pattern to it. It just gives you a little more sparkle to the suit behind all of the crystals, and I think it looks really nice on stage. And especially if you don't have a lot of crystals, having that hologram suit can just make it look a little bit more sparkly on show. So as far as colors, brunettes look fantastic in purple. So if you're a brunette, purple is a good color. Green is a good color if you have green eyes. I have green eyes, and that's a really good color with dark hair. I also think green looks really good on redheads. Blonde, I think blondes, they want to contrast against the blonde hair and then the dark tan, so a darker suit. I've seen blondes rock black suits, which is very atypical, but I think they're really cool and unique. I've seen blondes rock pink suits, dark pink, and I think red suits look really nice on blondes, and also teal. You kind of look like Cinderella with a teal suit. And then this is my teal suit, so I kind of felt like Princess Jasmine on stage because it looks really nice against the tan. It's a contrasting color, so it's like a brown versus the orange and then the blue. It looks super nice on stage, and every single person can pull off this teal. It is worn by Mrs. Bikini Olympia, and a lot of pros wear teal. I think for 2020, this is gonna be a really, really popular color. And you can see, like, look how sparkly these are. Okay, so as far as choosing your suit colors, you start with the fabric. So you choose a hologram fabric, and then you get to choose the crystals that go on top of it. So I like to do the same colored crystals on that suit. but you have the option to do a pattern. So like this bikini, it's obviously not all of the same crystals, so it gives you more of a sparkly effect on stage. You have to think too, you're ordering a suit that's gonna be seen from maybe like 20 feet away, from the 10 or 20 feet away from the judges are gonna be sitting down lower. So those lights are gonna hit this at crazy angles and it's gonna be really sparkly on color. So if you can see the difference, this is hologram emerald with emerald crystals, and then this is the hologram purple with a multicolored pattern. I think this looks nicer, but this with the different AB crystals are going to give you, your suit's gonna stand out more on stage, and it lightens up the suit color. So even though this is a dark purple on stage, these lighter crystals will actually make the suit look lighter on stage. Okay, so let's talk about the back cut. So the back cut of the suit is kind of like what I had been really stressed out when I first, because I had no idea what to pick. If you're a first-time competitor, the moderate or pro cut, you should not do a micro scoop or anything smaller than the pro cut on your first show. One, you might not be able to wear it, and you can also get docked down for showing too much glutes, because sometimes you'll actually have to wear your suit to check-ins, and they're gonna check to make sure it's not super revealing thong. And if you're, you know, not conditioned enough and you got a big old booty, it's gonna be hanging out of your thong and you're not gonna be able to wear it, and they might tell you, hey, you can't wear that suit. If you don't have a backup suit and you spend $500 on it, you're gonna be extremely upset. So just don't go with like the micro pro. That's for when you are super conditioned in like the pro level. So I would recommend like the moderate to pro cut for the back cut, and it is like a thong cut, obviously. It's a thong cut, so this is the pro cut. I've always gone with the pro. I do like to do the micro scoop at the top, just because it kind of like scoops down instead of it's flat. And recently I've been doing a skinny cut top. Skinny cut, it's just a little bit more, it's a skinny. It's a skinny triangle. So the triangle is not necessarily an even triangle, it's just a little taller. So it just kind of gives you, perks up your boobs a little bit. So also in regards to cleavage, so if you have your boobs done, you don't necessarily need to get the angel inserts. It's still nice to have a little bit of extra cleavage on stage. But if you don't have implants, then you want to get, you might even up a size on your suit top. That way you can fit more stuffing in it. So I actually, this is my first suit, so obviously the top doesn't fit anymore. It's a size small in the top, so I got my boobs done and it doesn't fit anymore. I just have it to like pose and practice in. But if I would have been smart, I would have ordered a size up. That way in the back here is where you would put all of the stuffing. Literally, I literally have stuffing. So it's like teddy bear stuffing. You stuff this entirely full, so it gives you the illusion that you have cleavage even when you don't. So I would up your size for your suit top, that way you can stuff it more. So yeah, pull and stuff, and so get everything up high. Connectors, so you have different crystal connectors, so you don't have traditional strings. They have like these little diamond connectors that are gonna sit on the top of your suit, and they're also gonna sit at the very bottom of your bikini. When you're choosing a connector, you don't wanna go with something that's gonna be distracting for your physique. Same thing with color, same thing with cut, same thing with crystals, it's the same with connectors. You don't wanna pick something that's gonna be a distraction from your physique. So I would highly recommend not getting like super dangly, like just a bunch of like dangly little stuff around the sides, because that dangle is going to draw the judge's eye right there, and if that's a problem area for you, now the judges cannot help but to stare right there. It's also distracting them away, so now they're taking time to look at your connectors rather than your glutes or your quads. So you don't want to wear something that's going to distract away from your physique, because ultimately this is a bikini bodybuilding show. It's a physique show. They are judging bodies, and your suit is just kind of something that's going to help bring all that together. Okay, I like to do single strand connectors. I'll show you an example. So there's two different types that I like to go that are safe. So they have a single strand connector where it's literally just one single strand. I think it looks super nice and clean. And then recently I've switched to doing a double strand, which has a few more crystals, and I think it looks really nice. So I like these it's one single strand, but it's double crystals. So that is what I have used for my connectors, and they have connectors at the top and the bottom. And then also for the middle crystal. So the middle crystal, let me see if I have a couple different ones. I think I've done the same one except for this one. Okay. So there's a couple of different types that you can get. This one has a little more bling. It's just subtle. And then this one is just a small little square. So with the middle connector, it depends on your boobs. So if you have a longer connector, obviously you're not going to be able to push up your cleavage as much. So this is someone that wants a longer connector. Maybe you have your boobs done or they're spread further apart, so you want a little bit longer connector. If you have smaller boobs or you just really want to highlight your cleavage, then you would get maybe a smaller connector, just something like this. Or I really like this blingy, super blingy and cute, but still subtle enough in the middle that you can put there. And in the back, there's also an option if you want to buy these strings. So the back connector, you can actually get a back connector that is also crystallized, and I don't think you need it. Mostly if you have long hair in the back pose, your hair is going to be maybe long enough to cover up your back, but you don't need to have crystals there. You're not going to be judged on it. You're not judged on your back, especially when your hair is covering it. So it's just an expense that you don't need to have if you're looking to, you know, really stand out on stage. Maybe you have short hair. If you have short hair, like I've seen people with afros or bobs or like shaved heads, whatever it is, some bikini girls, if you're really going for like that look, I think if you can pull it off, a connector in the back would look really cool. But I don't necessarily think that you need it for bikini, especially if you're long hair in bikini, because your hair is going to be covering it anyway. And then I want to talk to you guys about posing suits. So if you're unsure of a cut and you have time and you can afford to get a posing suit, I would highly recommend getting a posing suit in the cut that you're thinking about, because that way you can see what the suit is going to look. It's not going to be as expensive, and you can see the exact same cut. Also for your check-ins, it's going to be consistent. So you don't want to just do your check-ins every single week in just like an off-the-shelf Target bikini, because that's not the type of bikini that you're going to be on stage. Stage bikinis and posing suits are skimpy. There is no room to hide in these, okay? Like, they're so small, but it's consistent. So I always am either posing in a bikini or at my posing suit, just so I have consistency. I want to see exactly what my physique will look like in a competition suit. And sometimes the off-the-rack swimsuits are going to hide some of your flaws with like high-waisted or like thicker straps, whereas a posing suit is just going to give you that consistency. You're going to know exactly what your body looks like in a posing suit, and you start to get comfortable with how it looks and your posing feels inside of a competition suit too. And you don't necessarily want to pose in your bikini competition, actual bikini, the expensive one, just because it is so expensive and you don't want it to break or crystals to fall out. So it is something that you should probably just wear on show day, and you want to pose in it every once in a while, you can. But this is the posing suit that I have from Angel Competition's bikinis. This is their Angel Competition Bikini Fashion Show posing suit. So I am going to be one of the models in the Angel Competition Bikinis Fashion Show. It's in July. I'll have details, and if you want to buy tickets, I'll put the link below, and come see me walk in the fashion show with 130 other girls. So we're going to be showing off all the latest competition suits for the year. So if you want to see all of the suits you could ever imagine, you can watch that show. Come see us. But anyway, so this is what a posing suit looks like. It has straps, just literally no crystals, just a pattern design. They have lots of different pattern designs that you can buy. And then I got the option that has adjustable strings. So the reason why I like this is because obviously you're gonna I can wear this in off season when I'm a little thicker. I can let out the strings, and then close to show day when I'm super lean in a teeny little tiny thing, I can tighten up my strings so it's gonna fit me year round. It's awesome, it's convenient, it's the same cut at the back that you would have as a bikini competition suit. What I like about Angel as well is inside, they are the same color as your tan, guys. This is going to be the color that your skin is gonna be on stage. It is brown, like brown, like brown orange, okay? So they keep that inside so you don't ruin the inside of your bikini as well. And just like a general rule of thumb, you don't want to stand out for the wrong reasons. So at the end of the day, pick whatever color that you feel comfortable. So if you really love, you know, a color that's not typical or popular and you want to wear it, maybe this is going to be the only show that you do in your life, or you're not sure if you want to continue, or whatever it is, you just want to be confident on stage, girl, you can rock that, okay? Don't just wear something that you don't feel comfortable because your coach told you. You want to talk to them and be like, hey, I really am thinking about this suit. Get their feedback. After your show, get the judges' feedback. Be like, hey, did you like my suit? Do you think I should do something else? I generally think that right now you should go off of what is on the Olympian stage. So this past year, so the 2019 Mrs. Bikini Olympia, kind of like go what she's wearing. So Mrs. Bikini Olympia was wearing teal. So I think for 2020, teal is going to be super popular that the judges are looking for. You also want to look for suit colors that they're consistently rewarding at the pro level. So at the pro level, if you see, hey, I always see purple suits winning, get a purple suit. Or if you know that in your area who's judging, or typically if you can know the shows that you're going to, the contests, and just see, maybe you didn't get the overall and see what color suit the girl who did, or see who got a higher place than you and what color suit that she got, and then wear that suit. So you can always ask for feedback about your suit color. You can always change your suit color. If you have a suit color too that works on you, you do not have to change your suit color every single show. Just find what works for you. The judges love it. There's no reason to change it. You could change your crystals design, still keeping the same color. You can change your connectors, but if you find a color that works, you should just rock it. And so with the Olympians, so our new Miss Bikini Olympia has wore teal, but then I think the second and third place and fourth place was wearing like purple. So purple is always super popular. But with that, when I was watching these girls all walk the stage, I honestly think if they switch, if any one of them wasn't wearing purple and someone like that could have set them apart, right? So it gets really down. So at the elite level, it might just be coming down to your suit color. When they had in the top 5, 4 of the girls wearing purple, or 3 of the girls, however many it was, and 1 was wearing this teal, and she really stood out. Obviously, they can't take their eyes off of her because she's the only different one. And at that level, all of their physiques are coming in on point, lean, cut, hard. So they went with the suit color, and I really do think that might have been the reason why she got the title of Mrs. Bikini Olympia, was because of her suit. So as always, I so appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm gonna try to do more short videos like this talking about advice for first-time competitors, because I know that I search far and wide on the internet and watched every single video I could about choosing a suit color and different things like this. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, that would help me out. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I love you all. I will see you guys next week. New videos every Sunday. You guys have a wonderful day. Remember, coming from me, you look beautiful in any color you want. So girl, you go out there, you finish this prep, you rock it out, and you wear whatever color suit you pick, be confident in it, and you rock it, okay? So I want to finish today's episode just saying thank you again, and make sure diet smart, train hard, and stay sharp. Thanks guys, I'll see you next week.